This is a Headgum podcast.
Like, there are differences in people, but the differences are not. There's more in common.
Absolutely.
There's more in common. People want to pay their bills. They want to hang out with their friends. They want to
Yes.
take care of their family.
Absolutely. That's
And
it.
everything else is just fun.
Yeah. And that's what I say. Like, if you don't like gays, you ain't met a fun one.
Yeah. Joyelle,
Hey, boo.
what's going on?
Oh my gosh, I'm here. I did it.
You did it. I'm so
Yes.
happy to see you.
I'm so happy to see you too.
I haven't seen you, I don't think, since we shared a joint in your car outside the Bell House.
That sounds about right.
That sounds like us.
That sounds like something
That
I
actually
did.
sounds like us.
I love that.
What's going on with you? What have you been up to?
Here in the world. I'm in New York. I should probably not leave Brooklyn too often.
No.
Yeah.
No, let's stay in Brooklyn.
Yes, I like that bubble. I love the bubble of Brooklyn. So I
Yeah.
came to the city for you today, darling.
Hey, trust me, I've been trying to get Headgum to move this office. I said, let's move the studio to Brooklyn. It's a podcasting studio. We all live in Brooklyn.
Yes, everybody does. No one lives anywhere else, right?
No one's over here. We're coming into the city. What am I, a finance guy?
Right.
What do I run Wall Street?
Who do I have a job?
Right. I do not have a job. I'm
No,
a comedian.
for sure don't.
It's a fake job, the one I have.
No. We would get fired. I assume you as well.
Oh, and I did.
And I.
And I did.
Same Z.
Yeah, I was not good at being employed.
No. I wasn't good at them saying you have to be here at this time, and I was like,
No.
I'll get there. Ish.
That I had a coworker. I don't want to say her name because I don't know if she'd want me blowing up her spot that way. But I had a coworker in Chicago who was a little bit older than me and very good at her job, and she would come in an hour and a half late. And I would do the same thing because she was doing it. You know, I was like, I look up to her, and I kept getting in trouble, but she wasn't. And I was like, we would go to lunch together all the time, and I was like, how do you get away with this? Because you're so. She was like, well, number one, I'm very good at my job, and you're not doing a very good job. And I was like, period. Okay.
Yes. Period. Boop.
I was like, and by the way,
Gooped and gagged.
she was like, I also stay late if work needs to be done. You come late and then leave early. Do you see?
You come late, don't do a good job, and leave early.
I said,
Yeah, you are
fantastic.
correct.
Sounds great. Thank you.
And a good day to you.
Yeah, I said, absolutely. She said, yeah, start doing a better job. They'll probably leave you alone. I said,
Yeah.
sounds good. Okay.
Yeah. And I won't.
And I said, I'm quitting.
Yes, that's what's best for all of us.
And I did. I actually stayed at that job a little longer because there was a gumbo truck that used to stop in front of the building that I really liked.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I'll stay for an extra 2 months just to keep eating lunch at the gumbo truck.
Gumbo truck.
It was awesome, dude. In
Oh, my
Chicago,
goodness.
these guys, Chicago winter, they would come and they would just have these big ass bowls of fucking, all the good, like really, really good gumbo that had big pieces of andouille and shrimp in it. They put shrimp in it, which a lot of places that are doing gumbo, they skimp on the shrimp unless it's, and they big fat pieces of okra. And I would just every day in the Chicago winter,
Yes.
in like 0 degrees, I'd go get a bowl of it and come back up to the office and just, and then be comatose the rest of the day.
I love that. Yeah, I love going to Chicago. I go there a lot.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I love Chicago.
Yeah,
Where do
they
you play
tape-
when you go there?
They would tape Wait out there.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I'd be at the Studebaker.
Studebaker
Theater.
That thing's old.
It is old, and the hotel that we stay in is old too. It's one of them hotels like old white men, like a senator would like,
Yeah. I don't like those hotels.
I like a boutique. I like a cute
See-
little. I like a Moxie. I like a, I need a bar at the bottom that's like trendy.
Something happening down there.
Yes.
Yeah, people that don't even stay at the hotel come in.
Yes, exactly
Yes.
that. Exactly that. That's what I like.
See,
yeah.
my rule on hotels is it needs to have been built in the last 50 years, and it needs to be 4-star or better.
Yeah, because they feel haunted sometimes.
Yes.
There's a hotel in, I think it was Cleveland, that used to be like a mall, and it looks like the inside of a ship. It's so big, but now it's kind of abandoned.
Yeah.
I slept with the light on. I was like, the ghost ain't getting me.
Don't come in Joyelle's room. Thank you very much.
I was like, if they gonna be in here, I ain't gonna see them, because the lights is on.
Yeah.
Because that's the ghost trick. If
That's how
the
they get
lights is
you.
on, they ain't gonna get you.
If it's dark, you
If
can
it's
see
dark,
them, and then
yeah, they gonna get you in the dark.
Did you? What was the last? What was the last like regular job you had? 'Cause
Last-
you nannied for like Upper West Side kids, right? Or taught yoga or something?
I did.
it yoga?
I taught at a school that wasn't like a real school. It was all one-on-one instruction. It was all very pretend. It was like babysitting, glorified babysitting. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the last job I quit that job
Yeah.
before they had a chance to fire me.
I'm outta here.
Yes. It was a very dramatic quitting too. I enjoyed that.
How'd you do it?
Well, so
Set the scene.
I could blow up this spot because the head of the school, that's what they called the principal, the head of the school. And it was this white woman who had never had a job before. So it was her first job, was head of the school.
They find themselves in that position a lot.
They really do.
White women find themselves in charge of stuff a lot when they've never done something.
When they've never done something, not knowing the DEI is about them too.
Yeah.
So this lady, she was crazy. And for example, like a lot of rich kids would come and Bowie Iman came one day and she was like considering her daughter to come to the school. So she comes up to me and she's like, okay, so do you know the model Iman? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, well, she's coming to the school today. So I was like, okay.
So what? So
okay.
what?
And then she was just like, I just wanted to like let you know. And I was like, okay. I immediately go to my friends because I was one of the only black teachers. I was like, did she come in here and tell y'all that her mom was coming today? And they were like, no. I said, this goofy bitch. What did she think I was going to do?
She was like, I just want you specifically for no reason to know.
To know that the greatest supermodel of all time is coming today. And she walked in looking like a supervillain. Her nails were beautiful and long. She had on a sweatsuit with 4-inch stilettos. And I was just like, my queen, you know. And, I just acted like a human being. But when I quit, it was because we got these little offices. They were all about this size. And they told us to decorate the office. So I was the yoga instructor / dance teacher. So I decorated the office. I put like movie posters up and all this stuff. She told the boss of me, she was like, well, Joyelle needs to take some of those decorations down because they don't have anything to do with dance and yoga. And I was like, movies don't have anything to do with dance?
Pardon?
Okay. So my dramatic ass took all the decorations off the wall.
Hey, blank office.
Blank.
Fuck it, blank office.
Since you giving notes.
Tabula rasa.
How about you tell me what you want on the wall?
Yeah.
Because you told us to decorate. It was like a competition with the teachers to be like, oh, everybody decorate. I said, the math teacher got a Game of Thrones poster on the wall. What that got to do with math? Unless you counting dead bodies and titties. So I took all the shit off. And then I was like, you know what? I should probably quit. Because then she told my boss again, she was like, okay, could you tell her to put something back up on the walls? I was like, no, you need to let me know what you want on the walls, bitch.
How about you come decorate the office?
How about you come decorate the office?
You're so invested.
You ain't tell nobody else what to take and what to put on the walls. And I had the kids engaged. Like, they would come. I had movie quotes on the walls, and they'd be like, oh, wow, what movie is that? Da-da-da-da, and all that stuff. And I was like, girl, please. You're just trying to control a black woman.
But it sounds like it.
But what you won't do.
Yeah. And you know what? We're taking it off the walls.
Yes, absolutely.
Get out of here.
I gave 2 weeks notice. That's the first time I've ever given 2 weeks notice.
Oh my God, did you really?
Yes.
That's classic.
Dramatique.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I tried to give 2 weeks notice once and they were like, you can go.
Yeah. Today, please.
So, hey, no thank you. Yeah. Like, we wanted you out 2 weeks ago. No, you're not giving us 2 weeks notice.
Absolutely, yeah. We're not suited for the office.
I hung on a lot of places purely. I know for a fact the last day job I had. The last day job I had was I was an administrative assistant at an ad agency, and I know for a fact that my boss probably wanted to fire me within the first month, and I hung on for a year plus just because everyone else in the office liked me.
Yeah,
I was a personality. Like, they kept me around.
Personality hire.
People kept taking pay cuts and stuff because the company wasn't doing well, and it was like kind of the company's going under vibes. People kept leaving and stuff, and I was just coming in every day being like, "What do we want for lunch, y'all?"
Come on,
keeping it going.
You need that person. Who we gonna gossip with?
Yeah, I was walking around. I was keeping everybody in good spirits. Yes. I'm talking shit on the people who need to be talked shit on.
Absolutely. Did you see what she was wearing?
Yeah, I was keeping things going.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, me and the front desk lady had a real rapport.
Oh,
we were
I love that.
making things happen.
Yeah, I think my personality kept me in more jobs than I should have stayed the length.
Yeah, it definitely kept me in more paychecks than I lost out on because of it. I know that. I did lose out on some long-term money.
For sure.
Because of the way I am.
Yeah.
But it kept me in money.
Because of how you be?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I just have an attitude problem, and I'm not good at being told what to do.
Absolutely. No, you can't tell me what to do.
Yeah.
You can't.
No, even if I want to do it.
Right. Because if you tell me to do it, now I don't want to do it.
No, I don't want to do it. Now I'm mad.
Now I'm mad.
Yeah, because now it's your idea. Now I work for you?
Right. Are you giving me a check?
No, I'm disgusted. And even if they have.
Absolutely. Right. Absolutely.
So
yeah,
yes.
nobody can get me to do anything. Where you been recently? You been in New York mostly as of late?
I've been traveling outside of the country. I would say the country of Brooklyn. I think we should need passports to get in. Every time I go out, it's been just weird, especially ever since that election. I don't feel safe elsewhere. Like I went to Vermont for New Year's. I got racially discriminated against not once but twice.
In where at? Burlington?
Burlington, Vermont.
What happened?
I was on
We
the
don't
way.
have to talk about that. If you don't want to, by the way. I'm happy to, but we do not have
for
to.
sure. I love talking about race. I got on the airplane, and I usually get first class just because that's less room for error. What's going on back there?
Yeah.
It's a free for all back there.
When they've overbooked the flight and they start looking at people they need to kill, they don't look in my section.
They don't look at my section.
Yeah, so that's why I'm up there. Yeah.
Yes, and it's more of a peace of mind. And it's interesting because the racism be different when you in coach versus first class. Like first class white racism is being like, "What do you do for a living?" They asked me that. That's the second I sit down.
Yeah. Like, how?
How? How? Why?
And frankly, when and where?
Yes, exactly. So I get on this plane, and you know how if you're like, if the flight is full, they say you got to gate check the bag. But they leave room for the first class cabin. So I get on the plane last usually, and the woman swiped it, and she was like, "Oh, you're first class, so there might be space, but if there isn't, just come back, and I'll gate check your bag." So I get on the plane, and it's a white dude, the white steward or whatever. He was like, "Oh, you need to check that bag." And I was like, "Oh, the first class looks like it has a room." And he was like, "No, you need to be seated in first class to put your bag up there." I was like,
"Oh, no."
I was like, "I am in first class." And he goes, "No, your seats need to be in first class." And I was like, "Did you think
hold on. This is getting out of control.
Yeah.
You're so racist your brain has actually stopped being able to work?
To work? You thought I'm in a first class state of mind? I don't know. What did you mean?
He said, "No, ma'am, first class is a situation where," he tries to explain it to you.
Absolutely. And that shit pissed me off. And then so the rest of the flight was just kind of awkward. And I ended up dropping my phone in my seat.
Fuck.
I get off the airplane, and I was like, "Oh, I didn't have my phone." I go to the Delta desk, and I was like, "Oh, my phone, the Find My app says my phone is here." And she was like, "Oh, it's definitely on the plane. Let me call." She walkies to the plane, and it had to be that same steward. He was like, "I don't see a phone." And she was like, "Well, I'm looking at her computer right now. The phone's for sure on the airplane." He was like, "I don't see it, and I need to load the next flight." So I watched my phone take off from Burlington to go to JFK. I watched my phone go to Penn Station and to Newark, New Jersey, and my phone right now is in Guyana. Right now.
Someone just grabbed it?
Yeah. I mean, afterwards, because the cleanup crew, it's a free-for-all. They tell you. That's why they tell you to get your shit, because your shit gonna get jacked.
Yeah.
And I'm like, obviously, people must leave phones all the time. And if you got a dude that's gonna give you $100 for a phone, I got 5 phones from the flight today.
Yeah.
So I messaged Delta about it, and they were just like, "Oh, our bad." I was like, no miles.
More than your bad, yeah.
No miles, no nothing. Oh,
they didn't give you anything for it?
Nothing. Gave
Delta.
me nothing. So I'm trying to like switch the airlines. I got platinum status, and I got platinum status now. And you acting like that. So that was the first. That was on the way. So I'm in Burlington, headlining for New Year's Eve, and I don't have the phone. But luckily, I was with my boyfriend, so I was able to be with him and go through phone with him. I get to the hotel after the shows, had 2 great shows. It was great. Couple of us go back to my room. We're talking spiritedly. We're not quiet, but we're also not blasting music. It's not like Mitch Hedberg. You know what I'm saying?
It's also a hotel.
It's a hotel.
Yeah.
It's New Year's Eve. Dude bangs on the door. "You too loud, and if you don't be quiet, I'm calling the police." Like, started with the police.
Employee
of the hotel. Started with, "I'm calling the cops on you." And I was like, "Hey, yo, first of all, we're about to go to sleep." It was maybe like 2:00 in the morning. And I was like, "But also, who the fuck is you talking to?"
Right. Are you crazy?
Like, are you crazy? He was like, you can get kicked out of the hotel. And I was like, "Sure, whatever." So we wrap up our conversations. I ended up getting into an argument and losing a friend that night. It was a crazy weekend. And he came back.
You can never go back to Vermont.
No, oh no, this is the greatest part. So he comes back and he was like, I said, but like he's my father. I was like, I don't care what you say. He's like, well, I'm calling the police. You need to leave the hotel. He was trying to kick me out of the hotel on New Year's Eve at 3 a.m. I was like, I'm not leaving. And he's like, well, then I'll call the police. I was like, call him. And I slammed the door in his face. He did not call the police. The next day, we're packing up to leave. They called the room. They were like, you need to leave the premises. And it's like, oh, yeah, that's how hotels work.
Yeah, we're checking out. It's called checking out.
We're checking out.
We were going to do that, yeah.
We walked downstairs, and this like very piffy, fabulous little country gay man hands me a piece of paper, and he goes, we're trespassing you. I was like, what does that mean? I have a document that says I can no longer go to the...
No.
In Burlington,
What are you going to do? Oh, that's horrible. In Burlington.
I am framing that. They put my whole government name on the thing, and they had like a little insignia from the Burlington Police Department, and next to it said, this is not an official police document. So these motherfuckers handed me a doc saying, we're trespassing you.
That is crazy.
New Year's Day.
First day of the year. Welcome to 2025.
Welcome to 2025, being black in Burlington.
That is crazy.
Yes.
I had a white flight attendant tried to involve me in some weird racism.
Ooh.
I was minding my own business. She tried to involve me and a white guy next to me. She was some little white lady who was being real kooky on our flight. I didn't even tell y'all about this. Y'all were on the same flight, but y'all were back a little bit. They take videos of me. They take pictures of me when they go past. But I'm sitting there, and there was this whole the whole thing was a nightmare. It was a mess. They overbooked the flight. They couldn't get people to take the money to not go on the flight.
Yeah.
Then they couldn't someone was saying there was more bag room, but there wasn't more bag rooms. People were having to gate check at the door.
Chaos.
The whole thing was chaos. And then there was more chaos because when we landed in New York, there were two guys who, because we had been like a little bit delayed, they were going to miss their connecting flight. They had like it was the only flight going out for like 36 hours to where they needed to go.
Oh my goodness.
And they were about to miss it. So at first the flight attendant was being really cool. She was like on the speaker being like, everybody stay in your seats. We are going to get these two guys off first. We're going to get their bags from the back because of the bag situation. She's like, they are going to run to their gate. No one moving in. We're trying to help these
People
guys.
are monsters.
And I was like, that's right. So she's trying to prevent monster behavior, right? And I was like, I fuck with her.
Yes.
The flight attendant seems cool, this little white lady. Then she stands up and is talking to some of us in first class, and she goes, he's got a flight to somewhere I've never even heard of. And she looks at me and the older white guy next to me, and we both went, that's crazy, and went back to our phone. We were like, absolutely not. She was trying to engage in banter with us because I knew goddamn well that it was going to be something crazy
Ma'am.
It wasn't going to be like a small town in Missouri. You know what I mean? I was like, no. So we both went back to our phones. Me and the old guy, we looked at each other and we're like, no.
No, ma'am.
and then the two gentlemen who were trying to make their connecting flight, they were black guys, clearly like African dudes. And I overhear someone ask them where they're going, like, where are you guys trying to get to that doesn't have a flight out for 36 hours? Someone being nice, polite. And they go, Ghana.
Yeah.
She hadn't heard of Ghana?
Yeah, ma'am.
She hadn't heard of Ghana?
Ma'am.
I almost said, bitch, you haven't heard of Ghana?
She didn't watch Animaniacs?
I was like...
You couldn't get the Yakko breakdown?
I was like, you weren't even going to involve me in legitimate racism?
In Ghana.
You were going to have me in clown racism where you don't know Ghana?
That's so funny.
I was like, dude, I couldn't believe it.
Acting like they was going to Djibouti or something like that.
Ghana?
Ghana.
That's like
crazy.
a well-known...
That's top 10 African countries at least.
Like most racist people could be like, oh yeah, Ghana and Africa.
Ghana.
Like, yeah, we got it.
Come on.
I couldn't believe it.
That's baffling. And so it's been kind of baffling. And what also is happening right now is I'm getting, because there's the MAGA whites, but what's happening right now are the apologetic liberal whites who want to talk to me because they want me to know that they didn't vote that way.
Yeah.
And so they're smiling like, oh, how are you? Where are you going? Where you headed? And I'm leaving me alone face. I got sunglasses on. I got headphones. I don't want to engage.
Yeah.
Because I know that eventually you're going to say something I don't like.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to cuss you out. And now I'm on the no-fly list.
Yeah.
Which I can't be because
I got
of our jobs.
Yeah, because I have to go to work.
We need to fly. We got to go to work.
Yeah, that thing with the nice white people is what they really want is for you to be like, they want you to go, hey, you're one of the good ones.
Absolutely. They
But it's
want me
like-
to invite them to the cookout.
Right, and it's like if you were, you wouldn't be behaving this way.
No.
Just relax.
Just everyone relax. Just everyone calm down.
And first and foremost, leave Joyelle alone.
Leave Joyelle alone. I need to
been
get it
saying.
tattooed on my forehead.
Leave Joyelle alone.
Leave Joyelle alone.
I'm gonna get one too.
Yes.
Let's get matching tattoos.
Matching tattoos.
Leave Joyelle alone on our foreheads.
Forehead tattoos. Yeah, promise.
Damn, that's rough, dude. I hate that.
Yeah. So I'm like, I'm better suited in Brooklyn. And I was in Asheville, North Carolina last week, and I was engaging, it's like I'm by myself drinking at the bar, as you do on the road. And this guy just started talking to me, and they love to be like, oh, you're a comedian. And he was like, oh, so you must love traveling right now. I was like, actually, I don't really feel that safe anymore. And he was like, why don't you feel safe? And I was like, oh, a myriad reasons.
Just reasons that I have.
Just mad reasons. And I was like, honestly, because I never know who I'm talking to outside of Brooklyn. I never know what type of white person I'm talking to. Sure enough, not less than 5 minutes later, I don't even know what the prompt was, but the dude was like, yeah, no, there's only 2 genders. And I was like, see,
You know,
we
you know
weren't even
what?
talking about gender.
You know what?
I don't know.
You know what?
And I was like, and that's why I can't engage, because I don't know who I'm talking to, and I don't need to know.
Yeah, and you hate that because that's usually something you like to say first.
Right, exactly. That's my opener.
That's my stuff. Yeah, that's my material. Back off.
Come on. Yeah.
God.
And when I told him I lived in Brooklyn, I was like, I'm much safer in Brooklyn. He was like, it's safe there? You feel safe in Brooklyn? I was like, oh, they think it's like New Jack City.
Yeah.
They think you're going to get robbed every
They
day
think this
and
about
murdered.
every city.
Right, every city, yeah.
They
Chicago,
think this
all of
about
them.
they're
Yeah.
talking like this in Kansas City. I'm like Chicago, New York,
Yeah.
like every single city.
Yeah.
Suburban white people
So
are being
scared
like,
of.
oh goodness.
Yeah,
It's like, what?
Yeah. And that same dude was like, I only been on an airplane once, and I don't fly nowhere. I don't do no things, so that's great. You fly all the time. Like, you ain't never been nowhere, but you do know that there's only 2 genders.
Yeah. You figured that out.
That's the one thing that you know.
Yeah.
You don't know nothing. He don't know where Ghana is, but
But you came to all these conclusions.
yeah, you came to that very adamant conclusion when no one even prompted you.
It helps. Yeah, it helps to go see people, dude. I really, when I was in high school, I grew up around, I grew up in a town in Missouri that's like all straight white Christian people.
Yeah.
That's what it is out there.
Super fun.
And everyone, like, it was really because, when I was like a kid, like 9/11 had happened and things. And so a lot of people were doing like fucking like really fucked up, like hatred towards Muslim people. I also don't understand, by the way, how so many people in this country have not caught on to like, you just watch and it was like, it's a new group every once in a while. It's welfare queens. It's fucking Muslim
Absolutely.
people. It's gay people. It's
shifts every
trans
time.
people. It's Mexican immigrants. Now it's these kind of immigrants. It's like every once in a while they just pick a new group. They rile everybody up.
Yep.
They get pissed off. And every time you go, well, this one's different. They've got really legitimate points. And they will move off of this eventually and onto a new group.
Yeah.
And someday it might never be your group. I don't even like that argument. It will just always be a new group. And doesn't that tell you something? But anyway, everyone was so like riled up and saying crazy shit about Muslim people, and then I kind of like believed it. Like I
Right,
didn't
'cause
know
you didn't know
anybody. These are
anything
adults,
else, right.
And then I went to like a student conference for a group I was a part of in another state, and I met some Muslim kids, and I was like, oh, they're cool as fuck.
Right.
I was just like,
Right.
oh, so this is who everyone's mad at?
Right.
I was like, what?
Yeah.
And
yeah.
you just go meet people and you go, oh, everyone's actually pretty much the same.
people-
It's like different in fun
people
ways.
just want to make enough money to feed ourselves and not be stressed out.
Yeah.
That's the human commonality.
And the differences are not like there are differences in people, but the differences are not. There's more in common. There's more in common.
Absolutely.
People want to pay their bills. They want to hang out with their friends. They want
Yes.
to take care of their family.
Absolutely. That's
And
it.
everything else is just fun.
Yeah. And that's why I say, like, if you don't like gays, you ain't met a fun one.
Yeah. You haven't been around enough gay people.
You haven't been around enough gays.
Yeah, get out.
Yes.
Get out and meet some.
Out. Get on an airplane.
Yeah. Get on an
Get
airplane.
on an airplane.
Yeah, dude, I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you think we're gonna do about it? What are we gonna do about it? Me and
I'm
you.
attempting to leave the country.
Yeah, where you going?
Yes.
Where you going?
My cousin just moved to Bangkok.
Really?
She got a 1-bedroom apartment in a luxury building for $650 a month. And she just got a 1-year lease and was like, she's going to bop around Asia for the next 4 years just to, do that.
Yeah.
So I'm looking into it. I want to become a digital nomad. I wish I had a podcast, but I want to do voice acting. So that's the goal right now.
You got the voice for it.
I want that. I want Inside Out 3. I want.
Yeah.
And then I can do that because I took a voice acting class, and one of the ladies in the class moved to Thailand, and she was just like, yeah, she works in a closet in her apartment in Thailand. And she comes to America when like somebody gets married or whatever.
Yeah. Also, you should start a podcast. Why don't you have one?
I don't believe in myself and what I have to say this much.
I believe in what you have to say. Plenty. Pick up a microphone.
I mean, we
do it every night.
But that's what I'm saying. I can't also talk. I don't understand how y'all do this.
Well, it's not always good. You're doing a lot of the work today. Yeah, it's you bring in people you like, and then you go, okay, what do we think? What do we got?
Yes. Tell me about yourself. And also just think it like opens me up to more criticism that I'm just so freaking anxious about.
Well, it does do that.
Yes.
It definitely does do that. Yeah, you gotta get systems in place to where you don't read, because if I was reading, I'd be not with us. You know, you can't read the criticism.
Yeah, I was like, I would definitely need a high dose of Wellbutrin to do a podcast.
Yeah, that part's not fun.
Yeah.
That part's not
so
fun.
I'm also working. Might get some Wellbutrin for the next 4 years.
Let's do that.
Yeah,
I've gone back and forth about it. There's part of me that feels like I'm going to go down with the ship. I'm like, if something goes bad here, I'll just be here for it. Mm-hmm. And then there's part of me that's like, yeah, of course, I have the resources to leave. I think about it. It crosses my mind.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
And it don't got to be a crazy leave. It could be Toronto.
Yeah.
It could be
I have friends who have done that. It was literally Toronto, I also, if I did, it'd be Portugal probably.
Yeah, Portugal. Lisbon has a lot of specifically African-American expats are in Lisbon.
Yeah.
There's a couple of countries, Costa Rica, Bangkok, where a lot of black expats are moving. So
yeah,
that's what I'm trying to
get in on that.
Yeah, I'm going to Paris in 2 weeks.
Ooh,
yeah.
Have you been before? Mm-hmm. Rock on. Okay, do you love it?
Yeah, I'm taking my mom. Paris reminds me of Brooklyn a lot.
Yeah,
I love it. I absolutely love it. So I'm excited to take my mother and just kind of be out of America for like 2 weeks.
Dude, I love Paris.
I do.
I feel like Americans either love Paris or hate Paris.
Yes, absolutely.
There's a lot of places that people are like mixed on. This is one place that's like
love or hate. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm in love. I love it too.
Yeah.
And also, like as a kid, I always looked up to Josephine Baker, as you do, and I was just obsessed with how her and James Baldwin and all of them just left the racism of America, and we're just out there, you know, because European racism is different. It's like diet. It's like Coke Zero.
Yeah. It's like frowns in a restaurant.
Yes, exactly.
It's not so structural and policy driven.
Right.
Yeah, it's like I can handle being frowned at dinner.
Yeah. They'll do a Brexit occasionally, but I don't know if they're bringing back the Handmaid's Tale. So.
Okay, interesting. I love Paris. How long are you going to be over there?
Almost 2 weeks. Yeah.
Hell yeah, let's go.
And Josephine Baker's chateau is a museum, so we're gonna go to the south of France and go to her chateau. And there's a falconry exhibit. I'm going to see the falcons.
Oh.
I'm so excited.
There's a book, if you're looking for a recommendation while you're there. I'll also send you some of my restaurant recs because I was just there and did some new stuff.
Please.
But there's a book, I might butcher the title a little bit, but it's called I'm Mostly Here to Enjoy Myself.
Ooh, I love.
By a New York writer, a woman in her 40s, maybe 50s now. But she was a New York writer, and she would go to Paris once a year. And then right after COVID, or like right when vaccines were kind of happening, she moved there for, I think, a year. Mm-hmm. And I read most of it while I was in Paris most recently. And she just wrote about a bunch of like sex and dating that she did with younger men in Paris after COVID, because she was like, I haven't been touched in years. I'm fucking feral.
Let's go.
And she was just hooking up with these young guys off field, and also meeting up with her old friends in Paris and talking about Paris. It's a very fun read when you're in Paris.
Ooh, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
Start that on the flight, baby.
It's fun. I started it on the flight, and then I sat in some parks and flipped through it, and I was like, I loved it.
Yes, I love a little Stella got her groove back.
That's fun.
Moment.
Has your mom been over there before?
No, she's never been. She's never been to Europe. She's never been, and named me because she loved French.
Yeah,
and was obsessed with it. So that's why I'm like, I need to bring you out there. While most people can buy their parents a house. I was like, you got a house, you good?
Yeah, you're all set. Let's go to Paris.
You don't need let's Delta 1 to Paris.
Where's
Delta?
Delta, by the way.
Get on my damn nerves.
Where's your mom at?
Georgia.
Yeah. What part?
Stone Mountain.
Where's that?
That's like 30 minutes outside of Atlanta.
We were just in Atlanta.
Yes, Atlanta's great. I love Atlanta.
Love Atlanta. We went to, Amber Wallen? She's a funny comedian friend of ours. She was there in town, and we went to, what's that place we went to after? JR Crickets? Do you know this place?
It don't sound like my people are there.
It was like like they had like late night food and beer and stuff.
Okay.
But it was it was like on a list of like Atlanta like legendary spots.
Okay.
And so we were like, okay, we'll try it out.
Yeah, I
it was
moved down
good.
there with my partner during the pandemic.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were down there for about a year and a half.
Y'all lived in Atlanta.
Yeah.
That sounds nice.
So good.
I love southern cities.
I do.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. There's always the caveat.
Yeah, I do.
It's like the weather's beautiful, the food's great.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah, but Atlanta, I just love how beautiful and black and gay it is. It's just a big ball of fun.
Yeah.
And Black Hollywood's down there, so
Yeah,
I support it.
it really is.
It's just a little too far from the Canadian border for me.
Yeah, I need to be able to run.
I need to be able to do a light jog.
What's bringing you joy? Anything bringing you joy lately? Anything keeping your spirits up when you need it?
What is bringing me joy? That's an interesting question. Yikes, because I'm not happy.
That's the thing. I feel like you're a pretty happy person in spite of it all.
In spite of it all, yeah. I'm trying to be like, what's bringing me joy? Omakase.
Yes. Yes. Let's talk about it.
Oh my God.
Omakase is my life.
Omakase is my life. I just went last night to my favorite omakase place.
Are you going to name it or are you gatekeeping?
Karami. Karami, Korami. That's my favorite spot. It's in Hell's
Karami.
Kitchen. I've been there so much. Like I walk in, it's like cheers.
Yeah. They're like, Joyelle!
Yes, they give us little extra cups of sake. They give an extra piece. I love Karami, and my partner and I have been going to omakases all over the world. Like we can't have kids because we have an omakase habit.
Yeah.
Like you either
absolutely.
choose children or omakase. You can't have both.
And we're picking omakase.
And we are picking omakase because omakase rarely. We'll talk about you in therapy.
From time to time.
From time to time. He'll talk about your bank account for sure. But yeah, I mean, we've spent money
Let's
on
go.
omakase. The spots we went to in Montreal, we did one for our anniversary. We went to Toronto and we did one for his birthday. And I mean, I just love it. I feel like a queen when I
love
do
omakase.
it. I love it. Do you have a favorite spot?
I do. In Brooklyn, bleep mine because I'm not trying to get anyone at my spot. But it's called
Oh,
You been there?
I haven't.
Really Good.
Okay.
Really good. Park Slope.
All right.
Small.
I will. I'll make the reservation tonight.
Very delicious.
Yeah, there's a bunch of
And honestly,
dope ones.
reasonable. I think they're like 9-piece dinner omakase is like $75 or something.
That's a good price.
That's like I can get behind that.
yeah.
Yeah.
You do that every once a week.
And their lunch one's really reasonable too. Yeah, everything they've got really good udon.
Yeah.
The place is cute. The people are nice.
I love that.
It's nice to do I like doing the lunch omakase because there's a coffee shop like 2 blocks and a corner turn away that I love, a teeny tiny like old coffee shop.
Yeah.
That does a really good latte. Omakase latte. And
Ooh.
then like a 35-minute walk home.
Yes.
That's a good afternoon.
That's a good afternoon.
Yeah.
Get your steps in.
I like
that.
I like a 40-minute walk.
I do 2 miles.
Yeah. In decent weather, I like it.
I do, especially in New York, because there's so much to see, so many people to watch, and
Yeah.
talk shit about in my head. I be roasting people's outfits while you walk down the street.
Oh yeah. Which by the way is my deepest fear. Yeah. My deepest fear is that I'm walking by someone as cool as you and you're going, ugh. He really
that
thought.
hat with that hoodie.
He really thought, whoa.
Yes.
Woof.
Absolutely. I love it. I absolutely love it. But I love walking.
I love walking. It's the
Hate
best.
running.
No.
Love walking.
I'm not running.
I'm not running.
What am I in
Not even
war?
running for a flight.
What am I in a movie? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not running for
What am I,
anything.
Tom Cruise.
I'm not running towards or from a single thing.
No, absolutely.
I'll be
not.
walking.
Yes, I like a little brisk walk. Sometimes it's
Yeah.
one.
Hey guys, it's me, Caleb. I'm here with some really exciting ads. I just want to shout out all the brands. And brands make our world go round. And I want to thank all the brands who spend money on this show because my show is a brand. And to bring our brands together in a sort of familial marrying of 2 iconic brands, well, that's just special to me. So this podcast is brought to you by Squarespace. Squarespace is the all-in-one website platform designed to help you stand out and succeed online. Whether you're just starting out or scaling your business, Squarespace gives you everything you need to claim your domain, showcase your offerings with a professional website, grow your brand, and get paid all in one place. We all could use a good website in this day and age, I tell you what. And Squarespace has so many awesome features to get yours up and running. Squarespace gives you everything you need to offer services and get paid, all in one place. From consultations to events and experiences, showcase your offerings with a customizable website designed to attract clients and grow your business. Get paid on time with professional on-brand invoices and online payments. Plus, streamline your workflow with built-in appointment scheduling and email marketing tools. I love email marketing tools. Get discovered fast with integrated Squarespace SEO tools. Every website is optimized to be indexed with meta descriptions, an auto-generated sitemap, and more. So you show up more often on search engines and bring in more of your ideal customers. Head to squarespace.com/SoTrue for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use offer code SOTRUE to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. This episode of So True is brought to you by Booking.com. Booking.yeah. Every time I use Booking.com to find a place to stay in the US, I know they'll have exactly what I'm looking for. They have a huge variety of options, from hotels to vacation rentals, and I know I can find exactly what I'm looking for. I found Booking.com has something for everyone. And my friend group, I'm definitely the planner. If I didn't do it, no one would. So when it's time to take that group vacation to a quaint mountain town, I sprint to my computer and go right to Booking.com. Now, my friends can be pretty specific about what they need out of a place to stay on vacation. We simply must have a full kitchen so I can make some of my famous spicy puppy chow. Booking.com makes it easy and convenient to find so many great places to stay all across the country. No matter who you are, Booking.com helps you find the stay that's ridiculously right for you. Find exactly what you're booking for on Booking.com. Booking.yeah.
What's your favorite walk?
Favorite walk to do?
Yeah, like what's your favorite?
Eastern Parkway. I live by Eastern Parkway, and that it's a promenade, but I forget the actual name for it. It's has a name that I was confused about, but that area, right, walking down Eastern Parkway is fantastic. My nose is running.
Yeah.
Don't roast me in the comments, people.
Do not roast Joyelle. I swear to God, I'll take the whole episode down. Treat her right, or we're not doing it. I'll turn the car around.
Yeah.
Oh, we're all sniffly, by the way. We got something. There's something going on.
I'm allergies. It's always allergies.
It's because the weather just got nice. You're good.
Yes.
And it's kicked up. Mm-hmm. That's what it is.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, dust everywhere. I got my little air purifier that I bring for the subways since they gave the congestion pricing and they don't want me to drive into the city
Yeah. Fucked
during
up.
the day.
I can't believe they did that to you.
They did it to
Specifically.
me. It was specifically.
They may as well call it the Joyelle bill.
Yeah, absolutely. They was
Yeah.
like, that bitch the one that be driving into Union Square at 4 p.m.
She's not doing it.
Fucking up the traffic.
We'll get her out of here.
Yes.
We'll get her out of
We're
here.
going to charge her $9. You right. I'll take the train.
A little Eastern Parkway walk. Mm-hmm. I like that.
Yeah, walk past the museum, up to the park, and then come back down on the other side. That's the walk I like.
I just found a rental. I'm always looking at my lease is not up until October. Okay, no reason for me to be looking. I am trying to think of ways to get out of my current lease, though. I like my spot, but I get bored, and so I'm thinking about that. But I just found a rental that's like directly the amount I'm trying to spend, and the kind of setup that I want. It's a floor through, like gorgeous 1-bedroom with a big living room, really cute, and it is on. It's like Prospect Park,
Yeah.
on the block of a side street.
Oh.
So it is a 3-minute walk from Prospect Park.
Sexy.
And I'm cooking up any reason to get out of my place. I thought about having a guy come test the paint for lead.
Yes.
I'm like, get me
They got to be black molded in this somewhere.
Get me out of here. Make something up.
Yes.
Falsify a report.
Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't know I know you had Lisa on, but she had a carbon monoxide situation in her apartment. And it was like one night where she just spent the night at my house, and it was something about the levels in there where like it could have killed her.
Yeah. Lisa's apartment.
Journey.
Look, carbon monoxide might be the least of our worries. It should be structurally condemned. She loves her neighborhood,
Yes.
and it's close to things she does. But when I go into that apartment, I'm deeply worried and afraid.
Yes.
It is old.
Yes.
It's old and tiny.
Super tiny, but
She's doing New York her way.
yes, it's a good East Village, right?
Oh, she loves it over there.
Yeah.
One thing about Lisa, if she tells me she hasn't been to a Taylor Swift Soul Cycle in a while, I'm like, let's get you in one.
Let's go.
Because that does something for her that I can barely understand.
Yeah.
She's locked in on that.
Yeah, but I also think Wellbutrin or something like that is happening.
And that as well.
Yes.
And that as well, by the way.
And she's like the walking advertisement for me with it.
Yeah.
She raves and raves about it. So I'm like, girl, let's do it.
I feel like you give good advice. You want to do a voicemail?
Absolutely.
Let's do a voicemail. Let's get these on
Ooh.
and see if we got something good today. Wait, what is... How do I never can read. I found it. Okay.
I love advice.
We're going to see. We're going to see if they got something good for us.
Hi, Caleb and guest and Chance. I want to know the truth about dreams. I had a dream that Caleb and I met in real life and we just had like the best time. And it made me wonder if you think our dreams mean anything. Like, are they telling us something? Are they just a reflection of how we're feeling, what we're consuming? Would love to hear everyone's thoughts. Okay, love you. Bye.
Now, what do you think about dreams? I'm not a dream analyst person, but are you?
I am not, but I always have the dream where I'm like trying to catch a flight, trying to get to a show, trying to pack a bag, and I just can't get it together. I can't get there.
Yeah.
So I'm, anxiety, sure, is what that means. You are not going to be friends with Caleb. That's not. You might have a baby. I don't know. That definitely means something else.
Something is meant in there.
Something is meant.
Yeah.
But yeah. Maybe that means she's going to get like some really good ice cream.
You might have a gay son.
You might have a gay son.
In the future.
You might want to go get some gumbo. Go find a gumbo truck.
Find a gumbo truck.
Yes,
Go to Chicago, find the gumbo truck.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I think if whatever is actually happening, it doesn't mean that.
Yeah.
In the dream.
That is so. I often have similar dreams to yours where like I had a dream the other night where it was so everything about my life was the exact same. I had woken up in the dream. I had woken up the next morning in the hotel that I was staying in.
Mm-hmm.
It looked exactly like the hotel. Everything about me and the situation is the same, except for I have 2 garment bags. And only one has my real clothes and one has much smaller clothes I can't fit into. Yes. And I couldn't open them to figure out which one was which, so I had to just pick one to take to the airport.
Yeah.
And I'm standing in front of them panicking about which one to take while Chance and Virginia are texting me like, we're ready to go.
Yes.
And that was the dream.
Like
the dream will just be, for me, it'll always just be one thing is off.
Yeah.
And if I pick the one with the small clothes, my day is ruined. You know what I mean?
For sure.
That shit like that.
Yeah. I have a lot of anxiety dreams, and I'm sure it's indicative of everything that's happening in the world and everything. It's just like, I just want to sleep.
Yeah.
All I want to do is sleep.
I know.
I'm
dude.
not a good sleeper.
Are you not?
Nah.
What's your sleep situation like?
Toss and turn, and I'm all wiggled up. I wonder what I was like in the womb. Like, I think I was like twisted a weird way because I'm in the bed in a position that you're like,
you've never seen.
The yoga is happening. And then I've like tried everything. I tried a weighted blanket, and then I'll be twisted under the weighted blanket, and then the weighted blanket is holding me in a weird twist. And I wake up and it's like, does my shin hurt? Like, like
we got a
weird
workout
parts of
in,
my
yeah.
body, you know? I'm just not a good sleeper.
Are you hard to fall asleep, hard to stay asleep, both?
Both.
All of it. Damn.
All of it, yeah.
Have you thought about getting on anything or no? You're just going to ride it out?
I take melatonin sometimes.
I think they have like more serious stuff.
Yeah, but I don't want to get hooked on something and then have to be like propofol like Michael Jackson eventually in a couple of years.
Yeah.
I'm going to need an anesthesiologist eventually.
To go to bed.
Yes, to go to bed. To catch some Z's.
Yeah, we can't have that for you.
Yeah, we can't. So that's why I'm like, I keep saying Wellbutrin. Melatonin is like a good Benadryl sometimes. I do Benadryl.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
Benadryl
hard.
do
And
it.
especially if I have to do something the next day that's stressing me out.
Yeah.
I mean, one time I had a big gig the next day. I took melatonin, Benadryl, and a NyQuil. I didn't get an ounce of sleep.
No.
Yeah.
See, that's the worst. I've done that on flights a couple times where it's like a flight where I really had to sleep. You take the stuff and then you can't fall asleep. That fucks your body up.
Absolutely.
Then you feel bad.
Yes.
You're like, I stayed awake through something that was supposed to kill like a small animal. And now I feel sick in a way I didn't know I could feel.
I didn't know.
So the next day I'm like,
ain't enough coffee in the world.
Yeah, I've been through that.
Yeah, it's like you need a cocaine bump the next day to get through it. That shit is stressful. So yeah, I'm always, and to fall asleep, it's really hard because like the second I lay down, it's like, oh, did you say something wrong on Caleb's podcast today? Does Caleb really hate you? Is this what's happening? Is Topher gonna drop you? Like all these, all the intrusive thoughts.
I can set at least 3/4 of those to ease right now.
Oh,
and tell
okay.
you said nothing wrong and I only love you.
Okay.
I could actually probably call Tova too and get that one cleared
I was
up.
about to say, you like the Topher thing? I don't know.
Tova, I don't know yet. I have to talk to her, but I doubt it.
Yes.
Based on some of the people she keeps. Just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding. Love you, Tova. Love everything. Love everything, guys. Love all of y'all. Sleeping for me is hit or miss. Luckily, I've kind of set my life up in a way where I can adjust on the next morning if I have to.
Yeah.
It's not often that I have something before 10 a.m.
I don't.
Thank God.
Well, they tried to ask me to be here yesterday for 10
I know.
a.m. and I was like,
And I didn't want to do it either.
Yeah, I was like, I can't. I will not be personable.
Yeah,
at
I will
10
not be
a.m.
on at 10 a.m.
No, I can't be on before noon for sure. It's like unless I have to be making money before noon.
Y'all got $4,000 or $5,000?
That's the only way.
Yeah.
Showing up.
Dude, that's the thing about tours when you got to do those late nights, early flights. The combo of like, do I even sleep?
Yeah.
Do I just stay up and go to the thing?
Right, yeah. And I can't do that anymore. Not in my
No.
40s. Oh my goodness. I used to be able to do that in my 20s. I used to be able to drive. I would be able to drive from Atlanta to New York by myself, one shot.
Shut up.
One bathroom
You really
break.
could?
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't ever do that.
I drove across country 3 times. Now, 3 hours tops.
Yeah.
That's the most I want to drive anymore.
Damn.
I'm not doing it anymore. If it's 4 hour, if the place is 4 hours away, that's so annoying because I'm like, oh, I'll drive it, but I definitely don't want to.
Yeah. I can do like 7.
Yeah.
7's what I can get.
Yeah.
I could probably do longer, but I just don't try because I'm like at that point, it's more hurt than help.
Exactly. Yeah. You don't want to fall asleep.
But anything, if a flight, if a drive is less than 6 hours, I'm pretty much doing it.
Yeah.
By the time especially if it's somewhere like LA, Kansas City or something is different because getting to and through the airport is 10 minutes max. But LA or New York, it's like, dude, it's going to take me an hour to get out there.
Absolutely.
It's going to take me 45 minutes to get situated in the lounge. Then I'm going to wait for the flight. Then I'm going to take the flight. Then I'm going to it's like the whole thing is longer than just driving.
Absolutely. And the Uber's $100.
The price too, yeah. It's like,
Yeah.
I could drive for just the price of gas be the price of the Uber.
Yeah.
That's no flight.
So Pennsylvania, Maryland, D.C., Northern Virginia, driving.
I'm driving those.
Boston, I'm driving.
You mentioned things that have changed in your 40s. What do you think the 30s are about? What's the 30s supposed to be about? What am I supposed to be? I just turned 30.
Congratulations.
Thank you. What am I supposed to be thinking about?
Oh, what are you supposed to be thinking about?
I trust you.
No is a full sentence.
Ooh.
That's a big one.
Ooh.
That's been so beautiful to know now. Like to be able to say no to things, especially from the desperation that you have when you first start comedy.
Yeah.
It's like, I'll do it. Please just tell me anything. I'll do it. Give me $2 and I'll drive 15 hours to your gig.
Yeah.
And now I'd be like, $1,000. I'm not getting on a plane for that.
Yeah.
Be like,
No.
I'm not taking a connection.
Yeah.
I'm not getting a connecting
If it was
flight.
direct, maybe.
If it was direct, but there's no direct flight there. I'm not going, So protecting my peace in that way, saying no is great. And I think I figured that out in my 30s. And now I'm just, gung-ho about it
Basking
now
in
in
it.
my 40s. I mean, 40s are great. I love it. People like complain about aging all the time, like especially women. Y'all ain't tell us that it gets better.
Yeah.
It gets better. I also don't have kids, so that might help.
That might help. That might help.
Yeah.
What gets better though? What are you feeling in your 40s that's gotten better? Because I believe you and I've heard this, but I wonder what.
I have less fucks
Yeah.
to give about things. Like literally last night this happened where I was at a bar after we did omakase, we went to the bar and there was this white guy talking to me. And my biggest trigger right now is when somebody says they were both the same.
Yeah.
The lesser of two evils. That argument
Yeah.
pisses me off to no end.
Yeah.
And I've gotten into arguments with one men about it because I'm like, that's a misogynist talking point. They were not both the same.
Yeah.
And they wasn't even close. So I will now just be like, oh, leave me alone.
Yeah. Shut
Stop
up.
talking to me.
Go away.
Go away. And
Yeah.
people don't like that. People do not like that. And then I get into another thing where I'm just like, I just want you to leave me alone right now.
Yeah.
And the dude last night was like a close talker. It was such a crazy situation. And then he ended up getting kicked out of the bar. And then his wife stayed and was
Queen.
like,
She said that's not my situation.
but she started crying.
Oh, leave.
It was so crazy. And I was like, this bitch. So yeah, last night was crazy, but less fucks to give in that respect. Like I'm not going to sit here. You know how you wanted to please people?
Yeah.
I was like trying to be a people pleaser in my 20s and stuff like that. And that slowly each year has dwindled. And now I do not give a fuck. Like friends, like I got into an argument with somebody I thought was a friend for New Year's, and I was like, "Oh, you can leave now. Like, I don't leave my life.
Dismissed.
Goodbye.
Dismissed.
Goodbye. Do you know how many people I know?"
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't even have time to hang out with Caleb. I got to book a podcast to fucking hang out with Caleb. It's like, there's so many people I want to hang out with. So I'm like, if you want to escort yourself out my life, do me that favor.
The roster's full.
Come on. The calendar is booked.
Yeah. I think right at the end of my 20s, I figured out no. I got really good at no. I'm pretty good at no.
Good.
I start with no. I really do. Everyone in this room is smiling because they have been on the receiving end or have been privy to many no. I'm like, no, I'm good.
The opposite of improv.
Yeah, and start with no and see what we find.
No and.
Yeah, no but.
No but.
No but if there's more,
Yes.
or no but if there's less.
More money.
Yeah, more money, less work.
Yes, exactly.
Or less evil, more cool.
Oh,
yeah.
exactly. Yeah. Oh
Yeah, I
my
love
God.
no.
I love no.
No,
I
it was
love
great.
No.
I was saying no when I had nothing. I got comfortable with no before I had anything.
Impressive.
I don't know if it's maybe it's laziness. It doesn't feel like laziness now. Maybe there are times when it was, but no, I'm just like, yeah, I'm not. Life is I don't know if life is short or long, but life is certainly like precious, and I'm not gonna spend it hanging out with people or hanging out with people that make me feel bad or doing things that make me feel gross.
I also think, and concur with this with me, I think it's also more of a woman thing.
Totally.
Women are more prone to just be like, okay, I'm sorry, I don't want to. No.
Yeah.
No.
Totally. Yeah.
No.
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes total sense to me.
Yes.
Yeah, I think so. I'm like trying to figure out what my big lesson in my 30s is going to be, and I don't know what it'll be yet. But I'm taking notes.
Yeah.
I'm hearing from people that I like that have done it. I'm like, I want to know.
Caleb
wanna
likes
know.
me. Sorry for the caller.
Sorry, y'all. Sorry for the caller. Well, you know what's funny, and this is no shade to the caller.
No, none at all. Hope
But
you
it
have
is
a great day, babe.
Hey, we love you.
Yes, we do.
But
Thanks
it
for
is funny
listening.
the number of people that like DM me that I'll see them sometimes when I'm looking for something else, and I'll see people being like, "Oh my God, you're in my city. Like, we should totally go to lunch. I think we'd be friends." I'm like, "Yeah, that's just like never gonna happen." Like, I'm never for mostly honestly more for you than for me. I might really like you. You're not gonna get what you want out of that.
For sure.
I'm never gonna be the little guy on your screen that you want me to be.
Right, because they have an idea.
Yeah, what you think of me.
Yeah.
And by the way, you might have a lot of right ideas about me. I'm just never. It's never gonna live up to as someone who. I have met people that I liked from my screen and stuff, and even if they're lovely, it's never what you want it to be.
And also when they're not lovely.
Well, that too.
The don't meet your heroes of it all is crazy.
Yeah, meeting people that you admire can be such a dicey thing. And that's the thing. I think the reason it's never meet your heroes, and the reason that we really should try and stick to that is not even because they'll always be awful, but because even when they're wonderful, it won't be what you need it to be.
Right.
It
exactly.
just not that I think any of these people think I'm a hero. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like I don't think you'd like lunch with me as much as you think.
Exactly.
It's not going to feel like the edited podcast. Do you know what I mean? Lunch with me is going to be a lot more like, God, I have a meeting in 2 hours that I would just rather fucking take a bullet than go on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's not quite as fun as the edited podcast.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Can you relate?
Yeah, it's not going to
Absolutely.
give what you want it to give.
Yes. Oh, I love that though.
Yeah. What's so true to you, Joyelle?
What's so true to me? What's an example? What do people usually say?
Oh gosh, what have been some good ones? It's usually just like a hill you die on, something you really believe in.
What's so true to me? Leave me alone if you see me in the street.
Yeah.
That's so true to me.
Yeah.
Omakase is very true to me.
Omakase is so true to you.
Caleb's a great person. That's true to me.
Oh, let's run with that one. Let's run with that one. What do you mean leave me alone when you see me in the streets, though? Are people bothering you out there?
Yeah. A lot of people want to talk to me.
Want to say Joyelle?
Well, because I'm not going to front. I look cool, obviously.
Yeah.
And I stick out, like, when I go places. If I'm in Missouri,
Yeah.
if I'm in North Carolina, I look like an elephant walking down the street.
Well, you have a very commanding presence.
Yeah, and I'm tall and I'm colorful, so that makes people just always be like, "Oh, what are you doing in town?" And, what are you? And it's like, nah, bruh, I don't want it. I can't want it anymore.
Skip me, please.
If you're next to me in first class, leave me alone.
Leave me alone.
If I have my headphones on, leave me alone. The tap on the shoulder and the take off the headphones.
Never a reason.
What are you talking about?
I should be on fire.
Yeah.
If I have my headphones on and you're tapping my shoulder,
My back on fire.
I better be on fire.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
And even then, leave me alone and just pee on me. Like, do not tap
Just
me to do this.
Throw
number.
water on me.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah. The tap. Don't touch me for sure. Don't touch me.
sure.
That is.
Leave me alone in the streets
true.
and for sure don't touch
Don't
me.
touch me. I don't want to be touched. That's
That is so
That's
funny.
my truth.
We have a segment for you, Joyelle.
Oh, I'm so excited.
We do a so true, true false segment on this show.
Okay.
Basically, I'm gonna read you 15 statements
Okay.
in a row. You're gonna tell me as quickly as you can if you think each one is true or false.
Okay.
And if you get 10 or more correct, we're gonna give you $50 US.
50 US.
US dollars, USD.
Oh my God.
USD. Are you ready?
Yes.
Earth is the only known planet where fire occurs.
False.
True. Tennis is the
Mercury? Ain't Mercury a ball of fire?
Chance, you better write these questions different. Joyelle's mad. Tennis is the official sport of Maryland.
True.
False. It's jousting. Ugh.
What?
Freaks. No Broadway musical has closed after just one performance.
False.
False. 22 of them have.
Oh, wow.
Union High School in Union Township, New Jersey's official colors are maroon and white.
Yes, baby.
True.
I like that one.
Let's go. It is impossible to sneeze while you're sleeping.
I've been woken up sneezing, so false.
Says true. I don't know. With your sleeping habits, who knows if you were asleep?
Because what are we talking about? We REM cycling?
What are we
what's
talking
happening?
about?
I've woken up sneezing.
We're gonna count that one as correct, just in case. I'm not gonna cheat you on this. Polar bears can smell a seal from up to 20 miles away.
True.
True. The first iPhone did not have a camera.
True.
False. DFW Airport in Texas is larger than Manhattan.
False.
True. Boston College's motto is excellence above all.
True.
False.
I was like, I don't think that is.
It's ever to excel.
Oh, it is ever to excel.
It is, it
I did
is.
graduate 20 years ago, so
Jellyfish don't have brains.
false.
True.
I'm terrible at this.
A duck can't walk without bobbing its head.
False.
True. Cookie Crisp
That's why I
cereal.
say chicken head.
Cookie Crisp cereal is older than Tyrese Gibson.
True.
True. Humans share 95% of our DNA with bananas.
True.
False. It's 50%, which is also nuts. A group of porcupines is called a party.
All true.
False.
I want that to be true.
I know. It's kind of cute though. Still, it's a prickle.
Is it an embarrassment?
It's a prickle.
A prickle.
An embarrassment of porcupines.
Oh my god.
Honestly, an embarrassment of porcupines is pretty cute.
Yes.
One more. There's sugar in Diet Coke.
True.
False. How'd she
Damn,
do?
I failed.
Oh, Joyelle,
I
I'm
have
so
failed
sorry.
it.
These ones were hard. Chance came for you on these ones.
So rude.
He came for you bad.
I liked the little Union Highs and Boston College one. That was cute.
Yeah, isn't that cute? We
Yeah.
did those just for you.
Maroon for both schools.
Did you do that on purpose?
Maroon and gold. No, I didn't. I
No.
just got into Boston College and didn't feel like trying because I got waitlisted to other schools.
You
and I was
said,
like, I don't want to try.
Boston College sounds good to me.
Yes, absolutely.
Did you like living in Boston?
Sure, but once again, Boston is a hard city for Black people.
Yeah.
Like it's great for college students, but when I was in school, they had to give all of the Black students 4 years housing because you're typically supposed to move off campus junior year. But Boston was so racist, they wouldn't give apartments to Black students.
Yeah.
So all the Black kids were on campus junior year, and yeah, so it's a tough city.
I've heard this about Boston.
Have you?
I've heard this
yes,
about
we call it
Boston.
up south.
Yeah. I've heard this.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, Boston and they're honestly the first time that I learned that two places were racist that surprised me were Boston and Italy. I've heard some tough reviews about Italy.
Yes,
from
I have
Black
too.
friends.
I have too, and I want to go. Like I want to go with Matteo. I'd
Yeah.
love to go to Italy with Matteo.
Everyone wants to go to Italy with
Everyone
Matteo.
wants to go to Italy with Matteo.
Everyone's like, I think I'd like to go to Italy with Matteo. I'm like, yeah, honestly, we need to make him plan like
Get
a
in
trip
line,
for
bitch.
comedians. Yeah. He needs to do a comedian like Mecca.
Just a bus tour.
Yeah, we need to all just commit to a time frame and be like, Matteo, you're taking us to Italy.
You're taking us to Italy. Oh my gosh.
I'm seeing him this weekend. He's doing. This won't be out yet. Oh, this will be out after. He's doing my Charlotte show.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, he has a show there the next night. So I texted him. I was like, "Would you do my show?" And he was like, "Yeah."
Oh,
So I'm
cutie
excited I get to see him. It's been a minute.
Yeah.
I haven't seen him. He's getting all kinds of fun tattoos right now.
Oh, I'm sure his thighs are gonna be out.
Got his. He better have him out. We're not having him on the show for nothing.
Sure, his arms.
Mateo, get those arms out.
Yes, get those arms and thighs out, bitch.
I love him. He is so sweet.
I do love him. He's one of our friends that's so talented. It's annoying.
Yeah. I'd like to bring him down a notch.
Oh my gosh.
I go, Mateo, stop being
I'm
so
like,
funny.
Opera, singing, and you can paint and draw. Like, fuck
And
off.
cook and funny
Oh my
and gorgeous. It's like, dude, relax.
Yes, calm down.
Have you tried taking a nap?
Yes, absolutely.
I love that guy. Joyelle, is there anything you want to tell the people where they can find you, what you're up to?
My album is Yell Joy. It is on all of the streaming sites. You can buy it on Blonde Medicine. And my special Lovejoy is on Peacock. So those are my things.
I love it. Thank you for being
Those
on.
are my babies. Yes.
You're the
thank
best.
you. Oh, you're the best.
We love you here.
I loved it.
That was a Headgum podcast.